it's Q&A time featuring Nebocsid. I'm very happy with today's output. I have here 16 questions from the total from like each of the mediums except for Formspring. No one asked me through Formspring, but they're closing in a few weeks anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Ah yes, the perks of filming outside. I should point out that this Q&A is being recorded in front of a live studio audience. Yay! Yay! You do know this is going up on YouTube, right? Okay. And the fact that I actually have somebody here who's listening in on this will make it that much more special, people. So anyway, I had a bunch of different ways you could contribute questions. There was Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Formspring. No one submitted through Formspring, but like I said, they're closing down in a few weeks, so doesn't really matter anyway. One of my friends from Facebook, Dan, he asks me, what is your most memorable experience at Boston Pizza? Okay, so yeah, well, I worked at the Metrotown location for over 7 years. I was there until the very end when the condominiums took over and they're doing this big redevelopment now, so the places got bought up and there's going to be a bunch of condos, like 4 or 5 being built up. And I got relocated to another Boston Pizza, and I'm still working at another Boston Pizza now. So as far as my most memorable experiences go there, or what's my most memorable experience, there's actually a lot I could talk about. You know, you accumulate a lot of stories in like 7-8 years of working at a particular restaurant. One of my things was when the Canucks would play. Yeah, you know, these guys. If they were to score, about a few years into my time there, whenever the Canucks would score, I would run out to the bar and do this dance, you know, buy more beer, buy more beer, buy more beer, buy more beer. At this point, management had been exposed to enough of a degree of my lunacy for them to somehow find that acceptable. And that's something that I was very thankful for, that they knew my intricacies. And it also helped that me being a dishwasher there, the dish pit was literally separated from the bar by a door. I could literally walk out the door, be right at the bar and do the dance, and then be right back in the dish pit doing dishes. So that's something that really stood out to me. Like I said about Metrotown closing down and me going over to another Boston Pizza, my first day there was actually pretty funny, because I spent 7.5 years, or 7.25 years at Metrotown. And then my first day, I actually broke the machine at the one I work at now. Only I could do that. I actually lifted the door up too far, and it popped out of the machine. I go 7 years at Metrotown, don't break any machines. First day at this one, and I break something.
Well, you're still working now?
Yes, I'm still working there. It's like when Psycho Sid jumped off the second rope and broke his leg against Psycho Sid. Because Johnny Ace told him to expand his offensive repertoire. Oh. Another one in particular that stands out to me was another bar scenario. I took some pictures back to the bar, and I see a few guys there. One of the things I really appreciated about Metrotown was the fact that, for whatever reason they allowed it, is that I was able to connect with the customers in a particular way. You know, like I could go out and say hi, how are you doing for a few seconds, or ask them how the food was, and even pop up with a little joke because everyone knew, or like the managers knew me and my coworkers knew me, that I could generally come up with a joke or something, and it would be done pretty quickly. So one of the things was I remember seeing a few guys. One of them had crutches, and I look over to the pictures. I only remember that because of this particular story. I grabbed two pictures, hold them up to my chest, and I asked them how they like my jugs. So I go back into the dish pit. Like they bust out laughing to that one. I go back to the dish pit, and a few minutes later, one of them actually follows me into the dish pit and gives me a $2 tip for that. You know, it's stuff like that you can't help but look back and smile at that sort of thing. Oh yeah, only me. What can I say? So, you know what, Dan? Thanks for that question, because that was a good one. Moving on. Pladia De Luna from YouTube. I actually worked with her at Metrotown. I'm sorry if I botched your YouTube name. So if you do have a proper pronunciation, let me know. And she asks, have you ever considered using a green screen? If I had access to a green screen, I would certainly consider it. I would have to make sure that my software can make use of a green screen as well. Aside from that, so pretty much it's crossed my mind, but I haven't actually looked into it. But you know who does have a green screen? The National Superheroes Guild. Subscribe to their channel. The next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 questions comes from Dator Spillarna. From YouTube asks me, is your name Ben? That's Disco Ben to you! When I started being disco in high school, over 10 years ago, they got it then. My friends and my coworkers get it now. Even the Schleg Daddy from Off the Rope Show gets it. So, only if it includes disco.